Is it that price per day or the whole?
I thought it was the whole entire time, the 600. And then your wife looked it up and confirmed what I saw.
So it's just 600 for the whole time?
Yeah.
Fuck. Dude, what if we're next to like Gangrel or some shit?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be. Well, I don't know because those Scoop Slam guys had a pretty prime spot because they booked early. So that's why I'm thinking, where they announced it a week ago. If I book it today,
Mm.
we're either going to be well, I don't know. I don't know where we'll be. It's a completely different venue. I'm honestly thinking, and I'm looking into getting us trying to see my connections to see where we could get some rooms at the Horseshoe. This way, we don't even have to travel with the stuff. We just take it down from our hotel room. We go, and WrestleCon, people will be talking about the How Is This Fake podcast, man.
Dude, logistically, that would be so sick because I mean, it was fun when we were at Vegas last year and we were like hopping on, okay, we got to get on the train and blah, blah, blah. But then remember the train was broken one of the nights.
Yeah, and
And
then my wife,
then,
my wife couldn't walk, and
dude,
then
poor Lexi.
yeah, she
Then
still
all the
wasn't coming.
restaurants were closed. Remember,
Yeah,
we're,
all the
we're
restaurants were
going.
closed.
What hotel was
Um,
that we were at and they were all closed? Was that Mandalay Bay?
Mandalay Bay, yeah. But like logistically too, would be great because that's where all the GCW guys are going to be because they're doing all of the collective will be there.
Dude,
Um, where we are walking, we could walk to Wahlburgers.
Morgan's a fan.
We may have to take shifts one day though, so because I don't know if I have it in myself not to at least go over to WWE World.
Oh, yeah. Well, we need
Um,
that for content. So our wives can
yeah.
just stay there and talk and read
Oh,
books
good
and
point.
stuff.
Good dude. Good point.
We use our wives to
Why
do
did we?
things for
Why
us.
else would we have married them unless we can use them for
And
to
like
man
and
our
like
booth?
they're not gonna want to spend a little time not by us.
Yes,
And
I
and
agree.
and Lexi's pink hair dude, Mick Foley's gonna see her and walk over to her because he always remembers her. Morgan's got that sexy shoulder tattoo, dude. So
Yeah.
we'll just use
Well,
our wives' good looks
so
to attract the marks.
there's that, and then so I've told you what my dad does, right?
I don't think you have.
So
Maybe you have.
my dad is a professional salesman, but he does really well he's a really good salesman. Where he does these type of events for real people, about 3 times a week, where he's at a convention, getting people's attention, getting people to talk to them, things like that. And my dad feels really, really guilty um and I can say this right now because he's not going to listen to this episode anyway. He feels really, really guilty about the fact how they all bailed on how my whole family was supposed to go to WrestleMania last year,
Mm.
and they all bailed. So my dad was like, "Well, maybe I'll just come down there for like 2 days and check out your guys' booth." And I was thinking, I'm like, you know what? If I just get him a pass, he could just go and, sales everybody and get them to sign up right then and there, and we could go to We could go to WWE World, and he'll just work for us.
Oh, dude. Yes. If Papa
Because he
Miggs
would,
wants to do
he
that,
would,
he could do
yeah,
it.
he would not stay. He'd probably do like the Thursday and Friday, and then go home on the Saturday. But
You know what would be great is
I
if
think
we
he just
had him
wants to see
on.
what it was like.
Oh, 100%. We should have him on before this so that the audience gets used to him as a personality on our show.
Oh, that would be good.
And then he's just,
He would do it. Listen, he's got some crazy wrestling stories too, from like, because he grew up in New York, where you'd go to the shows all over the place, and like there was one story where he who was it? He punched and kicked Cowboy Bob Orton because he thought he was saving Hulk Hogan. And then my grandfather picked him up and dragged him out of the show, and that's the day he realized that professional wrestling was fake. When my grandfather beat the shit out of him for kicking Hulk Hogan or kicking Cowboy Bob Orton off,
wow.
so, well, you know what I mean,
You
Cowboy
can
Bob
you
Orton.
can you
God,
combined like three wrestlers at
I
once.
did. It's like one of those freaking creative figures from SmackDown versus Raw.
Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen,
Let me shut this
Welcome.
door. My wife is still sleeping, actually, and I have it open.
No, she's not going to want to do any of the things you just voluntold her she's going to
Nah,
do.
she wants to go back to sleep. I had her out all day yesterday for the most part, dude. We went to, I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but we went to Bob's Burgers pop up.
Yeah, I did. You were striking the pose. I'm not going to get
Yeah.
up out of my chair and do it,
And
but
then but I went because they have it here every year. And she always says how she regrets that we didn't go, but she doesn't ever want to go because of the line. So I woke her up. We were up late, Halloween Friday night. And then I woke her up at 7 o'clock yesterday morning and I said, listen, we're going to this thing. And we're gonna go have burgers for breakfast. We went and picked my sister up who dressed like Tina and we went over there. But then I kept her out all day because we went Spirit Halloween clearance shopping.
oh
And
yeah.
your boy got a full on replica Darth Vader helmet for 25% off.
So you just going to wear it around the house?
I was wearing around the house last night because I had to justify my $75 purchase. But and then
Wait, it
I
was
put
on
it on.
clearance and it was still 75 bucks?
Yeah. And then I put it on its little shelf after I cleaned up. I cleaned up all of my Halloween stuff yesterday too. It's all just sitting in containers. I gotta wait for my little brother to come over here because I'm not strong enough to lift the containers to where I need them.
Hey,
Yeah.
today, after this, I'm going to our storage and getting out the Christmas tree. We're putting that shit up.
Ooh.
I'm feeling holly jolly already.
So we bought a pink Christmas tree.
No way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I don't know. We bought a new Christmas tree last year, and Lexi said she wanted a pink one, and I said I didn't care. And I don't think I've taken it out of the box yet, but I'm pretty sure it's a pink Christmas tree.
Do you think you're going to care once you see it? Like,
No, whatever.
such a good husband.
No, I like it. What's it called? We argue about the stuff that gets that we argue about the fact that we have to put. So she puts away some of my normal cool stuff when she decorates for Halloween, and that makes me mad. But then I see the stuff out for Halloween, and I'm like, I also don't want to put some of the Halloween stuff away. I want to keep it out because I don't know, I just think it looks cool year round, man.
I'm not going to argue with you. I
But
agree.
next weekend we're going to a Terrifier signing, and so I'm working on a Terrifier section of my house since I have the big animatronic now. Then, dude, shout out Horror Monger Collectibles for having this impossible to find Art the Clown action figure.
Oh,
Um, so I'm gonna go get a bunch of Art the Clown stuff signed next weekend. But anyway, Art the Clown and Rhea Ripley dropping another collab. What I'm hearing too. Back to wrestling, but
dude.
sorry, I just haven't.
I
I
wish
haven't
I
really
could.
talked to you that much this week. I have so much to tell you.
No, dude. It's crazy, bro. I've been so busy and I was sick pretty much so guess what? I wasn't sick. It wasn't allergies. So that's why we didn't do an episode earlier in the week, guys, because I
Mm-hmm.
got sick again. But what happened? I'm out in the greenhouse and there's incense in there to burn to and so I lit some. I've lit incense a million times, but my dumbass had the greenhouse door closed. So I'm inhaling all of the incense smoke instead of letting it, dissipate. So there was so much pressure in my face. It felt like there was like a rock in my head. But I wasn't sneezing, didn't have a cough, no runny nose, no itchy eyes. I go to ChatGPT and it says I probably got a little bit of carbon monoxide poisoning from the incense. Which may and the first day, like the night after it happened, I was getting like a little dizzy and I was like, this is fucking weird. Dude, glad I didn't light more than one incense because I think I could have died.
That's crazy. I thought you were gonna have like I don't know. I don't know where that was going. I didn't know where that was going, but that's not what I was. I didn't know you could get carbon monoxide poisoning, but from incense. But also that makes so much sense that you can get carbon monoxide poisoning
Yeah.
from incense.
Yeah, it was not fun. And today that happened on Sunday or Monday. And when I feel sick, I can't smoke and I can't have coffee. So today was the
Ugh,
first day I had coffee. Thank God. But anyways, we should probably talk about wrestling, dude.
probably. We had what was it last night? Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, CM Punk, your new world champion.
CM Punk is the new world champion as we wake up here on November 2nd. He is the champion. Now, you know what's crazy? Looking at WWE's roster, current champions, right? You have Cody and CM Punk, former AEW world champions. Jade Cargill, former one longest reigning, right? TNA or TNT
TBS.
TBS, um TBD, I don't know. And then you have Ricky Saints. He's a champion. You got Blake Monroe, formerly known as Mariah May, champion. I think Ethan Page was a tag champion over there at one point too.
Oh, an AEW. Who would he have tagged with? Who was he? Because he was with Dan
Scorpio
Lambert for a
Sky,
little bit, right?
Scorpio Sky, and Jeff Jarrett and all them, right? No,
I can't remember. He was with somebody. Didn't.
it was Scorpio Sky.
Okay. Dude, by the way, quick note on Scorpio Sky. His TNT championship run should have been way longer, and the fact that he was allowed to change the belt to Lakers colors was amazing. As a person from his neck of the woods in SoCal, him and Frankie Kazarian, dude, I always just wanted them to. Frankie
Yeah,
Kazarian, as far as I know, lives like 20 minutes from my old apartment. I don't know
dude.
where, but I just know he's from the area. So,
Um, SCU was probably my favorite faction at the start of AEW. They were so good, so entertaining. Uh, I, did I ever tell you about the time that I fumbled my Christopher Daniels interview question with him?
no, I don't think so.
So Christopher Daniels, right, formerly known as SCU, or formerly was part of SCU, formerly known as Curryman, but um, so when I got to interview him, I got one question. I was allowed to ask him one question, and then I fangirled out a little bit. I was like, listen, TNA was a huge thing for me for a kid growing up. You were just such an inspiration for not only, fans, but, knowing your whole story, yada, yada, yada. But then I'm like, I know you've traveled all over the world. And if I don't know if you remember, but SCU's whole thing was this is the worst town I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Right. And so then I asked him, okay, seriously though, what is the worst town you've ever been to? And he's like, that's your question? That's what you're going to ask me?
I
And
think
he's
it's a good
like,
question.
I thought so too. And he's like, you could ask me anything. You're gonna ask me what the worst place I've ever been to. And then I'm like, okay, what's the best place you've ever been to? And then he's like, I don't know. And then he just didn't really. And then I was like, all right, well, it's okay then. Just give him a little bit more praise. And he's like, well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. And that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would ask the same thing.
Yeah. It's okay though. It's okay. I got to talk to the man himself, Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, maybe our booth will be next to his.
Oh, and I'll tell him that story. I don't know if you remember the time that these guys, Pro Wrestling Junkies, paid you. And then I was the guy that asked you this question, and he'll be like, "Pro Wrestling Junkies." That's the one where like got the guy got like arrested or something like that. That ran it. I don't remember what happened. I don't know whatever happened to that guy, but it just ended.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah,
Maybe he was one of those wrestling fans that needs some deodorant, which we will have at our booth.
we will have deodorant. Hygiene kits. Hygiene kits are on the way, everybody.
I love how we need to give wrestling fans hygiene kits instead of condoms in Las Vegas.
We're either going to get a lot of laughs or piss a lot of people off with that. But either
Yeah,
way,
we're either gonna shoot through the roof with subscribers, or we're just gonna have to cancel the podcast.
yeah.
There's only one way this could go down. Oh, so you were when you were talking about CM Punk, Jay. Seems like the champions in WWE are pretty elite, to say the least.
Yes.
I'm curious about CM Punk. Do you think he has a short title reign? Do you think this is like, hey, I'm taking it all the way to WrestleMania? Is this gonna give us CM Punk and Seth again? I asked you a million questions just now.
No, but you're right though. Like it's a good question because I said to Lexi last night when we were watching it, I said, it's a big match because whoever's gonna win this match is gonna hold on to the title till at least the Royal Rumble. Now, I think CM Punk is main event night 2 this year.
Okay.
I think main event night 1 is gonna be Braun Breaker and somebody. I don't know
Cody.
who. No, I don't. I honestly think night 2 of WrestleMania this year is Cody versus Punk. And maybe you get Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns. I think that would be a good. I think Braun Breaker. I honestly think. Ooh, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. But that's the matches I want. I just don't know how you get there because that means either Punk or Cody has to lose the championship to Braun Breaker in the meantime because I don't think they lose it to Roman.
I think you could get Braun and Roman out of the way before the Royal Rumble, or maybe at the Royal Rumble. You get Braun Breaker and CM Punk in the main event. And the only reason I'm saying that is because CM Punk just talked about how his career is going to start winding down. AJ's career is winding down. Cody and Drew are getting older. Seth and Roman are getting older. And Seth still gets hurt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I say, and they always call Braun Breaker the future. Well, sometimes that future has to manifest itself. So I say you have CM Punk put over Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. He's the new champion in the TKO era. He's the new face. You have Seth Rollins come out to celebrate the next night on Raw. He turns on Braun, and then you get Seth and Braun, and that starts Braun Breaker's reign as a champion
Yeah,
post WrestleMania.
Seth Rollins doesn't. Well, no, Seth Rollins doesn't come. But with Seth Rollins, it won't be back until April.
Right, and WrestleMania is at the.
Okay, yeah. In
But
April.
here's another thing too. We saw the WrestleMania poster, the teaser, and Lesnar's in there. And I don't think Lesnar is going to be booked in a match against Omos like he was at WrestleMania 39. I think if Triple H brings him back, he's probably going to be in a main event too.
Yeah, who do you put Lesnar up against?
Maybe you have Braun Breaker against Brock Lesnar. Maybe CM Punk goes up against, the Vision kind of right away or what. I don't know. Maybe you get Braun versus Brock. That's something everyone's been wanting.
My
You
wheels
know,
are turning. Yeah, I don't. Listen,
and
I
okay,
just want
so
WrestleMania to suck
so
so that they learn their lesson. So
if
bring in
you
freaking Doink the Clown's son and have them main event.
if you give Braun Breaker a singles match at WrestleMania, what does that do for Bronson Reed? You minimize how much you've built him up. If he doesn't have, you can't just have him be Braun Breaker's sidekick.
Which is what I was kind of hoping. What I was kind of hoping that they were going to add one more person to the Vision, and then could have gone the route of, you know, Evolution, for example, and have them drift off, like Bronson Reed
Right.
being the Batista character, Braun being
Basically,
the
it'd be like a new Shield almost.
yeah.
You have a group of dudes who are younger, been on the main roster for, a little while, but not, you know, they made their name in NXT. And then you have them form the super group, and then they break up, and then those three or four people are your faces of the company for the next 10, 15 years.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Let's talk about another match.
Well, I'm thinking too. Seth Rollins has to come back as a face
Why? Oh,
because he
because
got
he got
taken
taken
out.
out by the heel.
And I forgot about that to right now, but Seth Rollins
Me
comes back
too.
as a face. I don't think they have Seth Rollins come back. Hey,
Do you think Braun
I
Breaker can get that heat though? Because everyone
no,
loves to
not
see him just
yet.
whoop ass.
And with Becky, what Becky said to Paul Heyman saying, "Listen, you walrus," whatever she said to him. Um, we knew you were gonna turn on my husband eventually. It was just a waiting game. And we never liked you anyway, kind of saying like already hinted towards like, when he comes back, he's coming for Paul Heyman and the Vision. If the Vision is even still a thing then. But I do think that you have to have him come right back for Braun Breaker.
I wonder if they throw Lesnar in as this like replacement guy for the Vision, and then you have Brock, Braun, and Braun, and then you get Lesnar turning on Braun or something, and then that sets up a WrestleMania match between them, and then Seth comes out, ruins it for everyone in the match. I don't know. This is a good problem to have because normally we're talking about how boring this shit is, and now it's
Yeah.
like you could have all these different combinations.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you what, no matter everything we're talking about now is more exciting than whatever the rest of the show was last night. So, Cody Rhodes is going to be a heel. It's coming. Jade Cargill means Tiffany Stratton's out for a little while. Probably comes back at the Royal Rumble. And what was the other match? Dominic Mysterio and Rusev. The highlight of that match was Rusev scaring that little kid.
Too, that was great.
But I did have some insider knowledge to what was going on inside the arena last night.
Oh,
Um, and there was so I know somebody who was at the Delta Center. I know that yeah, and I do have a picture of that, and then I was thinking about it, and the picture that I got, and I know it's coming up on the been coming up on social media too, but it really wasn't that full in there.
no, I saw that the ticket sales they had a lot left to give out. Or
Yeah.
no, actually that was for SmackDown because it was on Halloween.
Oh well, even
I didn't see this about Saturday
Saturday
Night's Main
night's main
Event.
event one did not look like it was sold out. Um, and yeah, SmackDown being on Halloween, I guess that makes it hard because even in Utah, as long as it doesn't end up on a well, when I lived in Utah, Halloween ended up on a Sunday, so you do Halloween on a Saturday. Um, and then or if it snows and you just don't do Halloween, which was crazy. That was terrifying. That was like traumatizing as a kid. But then yeah, I don't know. I couldn't I looked up the ticket prices to see, what the people that I knew paid that were there. And it's just insane, dude.
So you think people just didn't buy tickets because they're overpriced?
I know that that's why people didn't go in Arizona to Monday
Dude, well,
night
you
to
gotta.
last Friday,
I mean,
me
it is what
included.
it is. I don't think there's a way to like because WWE in terms of audience, they've never had a bigger audience. They keep making money hand over fist. So, people like what they're putting out. But I mean, dude, I hate to bring in like the real world into it. But a couple days ago, 40 million people didn't know how they were going to
Yeah,
pay for their food,
agreed.
right? And Christmas is coming up, Thanksgiving is coming up, and so that's probably the last thing they're like, let me just go spend this money.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Especially at that prices. I don't know. And then in Arizona, what was crazy too, literally, literally maybe less than a mile from my office, a guy got beat up and his championship robbed from him as he was walking to the event. And then in my head, I'm thinking, they did all that without even cashing in the money in the bank. And I was a little disappointed that the news didn't report that. Because if they would have had a briefcase, then it all would have made sense.
It would have been legitimate.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have
But
been a crime.
yeah, exactly. Because then I found myself bringing in my fake championships to work for Halloween instead of my real one. It's just a crazy world in professional wrestling for fans, man. Sorry, I took us on another tangent.
No, it's good. Well, buddy, I think I'm ready to take a break because we're pulling double duty
We're
today.
pulling double duty.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode later in this week where we talk about. Okay, just double checking. We are going to talk about who we think John Cena's last match will be against because the last time is now tournament starts in what, 2 weeks? 1 week?
2
It's not
weeks.
tomorrow, is it?
November 12th. No,
Okay. So not tomorrow.
that's a
but-
Wednesday. November 12th is a Wednesday. Um I think the participants are announced tomorrow.
Okay. You know, it's crazy. We're probably going to record who we think's, going to be in it. And then they're going to start announcing people little by
Yeah.
little. And then we're just going to look like idiots. That's the way it goes. Meet us at our booth. And we'll see you on the other side. Later.
Later.